In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate peanut butter explosion cake. Hey guys, my name is Erin Courtney, and if you love chocolate and peanut butter, you have come to the right place. This chocolate peanut butter explosion cake, the reason it's called explosion is because it looks like a peanut butter bomb exploded all over chocolate. And to me, it doesn't get much better than that. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe because there are going to be a lot more videos coming. Let's do this.
For the cake, we'll be using dark chocolate fudge cake mix, chocolate instant pudding mix, 1 bag Reese's peanut butter chips, ½ cup of milk, 3/4 cup vegetable oil, 4 eggs, and 8 ounces of sour cream. Here is a little trick that I learned of how to make parchment circles for your cake pans. I'm using squares of parchment paper and I'm going to cut them to fit these 9-inch cake pans. Fold them over twice to form a cute little triangle. Put the point of the triangle on the center of the pan to line it up so you know where to cut. Then start to cut along the edges at a curved angle. Discard the edges that you cut off. Unfold and make sure that it is the right size for your pan. Now we are going to spray each of our 9-inch pans with cooking spray and then place a parchment circle in each pan and spray again. Now it's time to combine our cake mix, pudding mix, oil, milk, eggs, and sour cream to a medium-sized mixing bowl or a standing mixer. Get that mixer going at medium speed and we're going to mix this for about 1 minute. Have a dance party if you feel like it. Now that the batter is all mixed up, we're going to scrape off the beater and set that aside. Try not to eat the raw cake batter if possible. And now we're going to add our peanut butter chips. If you spill any to the side, grab them really quick. There's a 5-second rule. We don't want to waste any peanut butter chips, and stir them in really well. Spoon the cake batter evenly between our 2 9-inch pans, and then we are going to put them in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. When our cakes are done baking, we're going to let them cool in the pans for 10 minutes. When it's time to remove the cakes from the pans, put a place. What I'm trying to say here is parchment paper so that the cakes won't stick to the cooling racks. See how easy these cakes come out of the pans? Thank you, parchment circles. If any renegade peanut butter chips escape from the cake when you remove it from the pan, this is the perfect time to stick them back in there. Once we get them on the cooling racks, we're going to let them cool completely for about 30 to 45 minutes. For our icing, we'll need 1 pound softened butter, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract, 3/4 cup creamy peanut butter, and 5 cups powdered sugar. We're starting out with the softened butter. Place all of the butter into your mixing bowl or standing mixer and let it whip for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once that butter is nice and fluffy, we're going to add our creamy peanut butter. Try not to eat it. Oops. Now we're going to let that whip again for about 1 minute. Scrape down the sides as needed. Now it's time to add half of our powdered sugar. Mix that in to let it incorporate just a little bit before you add the rest of the powdered sugar. Add the rest of the powdered sugar and our vanilla. Start the mixer at slow because you'll notice that there is a cloud of powdered sugar that may attack you as it comes out of the bowl if you whip it too fast. Continue to whip for about another 3 minutes. And enjoy that wonderful peanut butter aroma. Now that the icing is done and our cakes are cooled, we're going to start putting this bad boy together. Put a small amount of icing on your cake plate, followed by a layer of cake. Then put about 1 cup of icing on top of your bottom layer. Using an angled spatula, we're going to spread that icing into a smooth layer on top of the cake. I like to get down at eye level and make sure it's exactly where I want it to be. This part is optional, but I've chopped up 2 Reese's peanut butter cups and sprinkled them on top of the icing in between the layers. Take our other cake layer and place that on top. Press down to make sure that it's even. It's time to cover that cake with that gorgeous peanut butter buttercream icing. Since we're going to be decorating this cake with chocolate ganache and all kinds of other yumminess, it doesn't have to be perfect, but do try to get the cake to be as smooth as you can get it. For our chocolate ganache, pour 1/2 cup of hot, heavy cream over 1 cup semi-sweet chocolate chips. Whisk it good until it's really smooth and all the chocolate is melted. Put the chocolate ganache in a squeeze bottle, and we're going to very gently squeeze along the edges going around the cake to get this drip effect. Look at that! Squeeze the rest of our chocolate ganache on top of the cake, and using an angled spatula, smooth it into an even layer. Place the cake in the fridge for about 5 minutes. You just want that chocolate to be nice and set before we start piping more icing on top of it. Once the chocolate is set, we're going to spoon our buttercream icing into a pastry bag lined with a cake decorating tip. I use a tip 1M for this cake. Squeeze the icing out of your bag all the way around the bottom of the cake. Take your Reese's Pieces candy and start arranging them in the bottom of the cake, pressing them into the icing. As you can see, my OCD nature has forced me to alternate the colors in a perfect pattern because there's something wrong with me, obviously. Take the rest of that peanut butter buttercream and we're going to start piping it on top of the chocolate ganache layer. Sprinkle as much or as little of those Reese's Pieces candies on top of the cake.
For the final touch for this cake, I'm going to add more peanut butter cups on top. You know, because it doesn't already have enough chocolate and peanut butter. Now, I discovered these dark Reese's Thins. They are the perfect size. They're smaller than a traditional Reese's peanut butter cup, and they're dark chocolate. They are perfect for going on top of this cake, so that's what I'm gonna put on there. Out of all of my favorite dessert cakes, this is definitely in the top 3. I cannot get enough of it. In fact, I made it for my birthday last year. Yes, I made my own birthday cake. I enjoyed it too. It is time to cut into this beauty. I'm gonna get a big piece. Oh look, they're falling everywhere, that's okay. See, we've got these 2 thick layers of dark chocolate cake packed with peanut butter chips, peanut butter, buttercream icing, more peanut butter cups, Reese's Pieces, more peanut butter cups. That's why it's called the chocolate peanut butter explosion. Mm. Mm. That wraps it up for today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.